Let's visit the city that inspired Hayao Miyazaki for his film Kiki's Delivery Service. Kiki's got Gigi. I too got a new companion. I named him Subat. With a little imagination you can see it. Kiki's Delivery Service is a movie created by Studio Ghibli, directed by Hayao Miyazaki and released in 1989. Obviously, a creative like Miyazaki wouldn't simply copy-paste a real place, but he did visit Visby, and it's widely known that it was a great inspiration for him creating the city of Koriko. And that's what I'm setting out to do today, to capture a little bit of the essence that made it into Hayao Miyazaki's mind from Visby. And we'll see along the way if there are any places that we can recognize from the movie. Lucky enough for us though, I managed to set up a time with a real expert on the subject. But enough talking, Subat, let's go! This defense tower with its landing reminds me a little bit of that climactic scene at the end with the blimp. Just like Koriko is surrounded by a stone wall, Visby city wall dates back to the 12th century. Its prominence is a testament to a medieval time when Visby had a vital role as a hub in the Baltic Sea trade network. The remaining parts of the wall stretches just over 3 kilometers, many parts of it spotted with ivy. One big difference between Koriko and Visby is that in Kiki's Delivery Service I can't recall seeing any ruins, but here in Visby they are everywhere. This city is so picturesque. I'm getting into my opinions, but the city is just so cozy. Visually pleasing. Yes, absolutely. And it's easy to see how tourists outnumbers the locals here every summer. But for me, in my quest, I was having some issues. But now was the time to finally meet my guide at the designated meeting spot. How are you today, Aya?
Thank you, very well. And how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So this is Aya, who does the Kiki Delivery Tour here in Visby. She's an expert on this subject, and I'm so happy that I get to meet you today because I've been walking around in this lovely city and I've been so inspired, and it feels like Kiki's Delivery. Although I have had some issues like pinning down some spots from the movie. So I wonder, with your expertise, could you perhaps show me some places from the movie?
Of course, I'd love to. Actually, right here is a place I'd love to show. This house, I think, is the inspiration for the bakery.
Where Kiki lives?
Yes, yes. The house itself and the shape. And also the house next door with the awning. That awning is where they display the bread. So
isn't that a bakery too?
Yeah, right next door is a bakery.
Oh, the irony. Aya is the creator behind kikistour.com, where you will follow her along to several spots that inspired Miyazaki. Not only does she provide guided tours in a staggering 4 different languages, but her attention to detail was to me even more impressive, since she even brought in these smaller scenes that I vaguely remembered will play an important part in contributing to that Ghibli atmosphere that we know and love. Alright, so what are we looking at?
We're looking at this arch here with the X on it. This is special because there are a couple of arches, but this one is in a scene where Tombo rides his bike right under these arches. Yeah, it's a scene right after Kiki gets her first order for her business.
Oh yeah, I do see it. My memory is not the best. This is such a beautiful little street.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite streets here in Visby. And I think it also inspired Hayao Miyazaki with a scene where Kiki flies down from the bakery and delivers a pacifier to a customer from Osama-san.
The mom with the stroller.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I remember.
exactly.
Because that little street, it was the same curvature as here. It's a little bit elevated. And
Yeah.
it was also a bit picturesque, like
Yes.
this one. Yeah, I can definitely see that. So I want to ask you, how come you started this tour in the beginning?
Well, my husband one day he met two Japanese girls sitting literally on the ground, and they were crying because they couldn't find the spots here that they wanted to see from the film Kiki's Delivery Service, and yeah, he said maybe you can like start something like a guide to help people who come here, to show them directly to the places where it inspired Miyazaki to make the film. Yeah, I just made a website and waited to see what happens, if anybody would be interested.
And they were.
Yeah, they were. It's so much fun.
Time really flew as we were walking down the narrow streets of Visby, and before I knew it, our time was up. Thank you so much, Aya, for taking your time today and giving us a little bit of a sneak peek on one of your tours.
Thank you too. It was a lot of fun. We visit 18 places in my tour, and if you're interested, please contact me. I will be happy to guide you.
And I will leave a link to your tours in the description below.
Thank you.
Thank you. After our goodbyes, I was feeling tired but fulfilled. I set out to quote-unquote find Koriko, and I did achieve that. But then I accidentally stumbled across the last missing piece. I just hit the jackpot. Up front is the icing on the cake. One thing that I couldn't possibly hope for, but I got. This was a very fun project to do. I hope that it translates to you watching this too. If it gave you some good vibes, feel free to give a like, a comment, hey, maybe even a subscription, as it would really help the small channel out. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Kitty. Hello, buddy.